Well, after one hell of an opening, hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to Battle Chasers Nightwar. Now, originally I was going to make a thoughts video on this game based on its appearance at PAX West. I also got to play the game at PAX East, and I fell in love with it immediately. However, I managed to get my hands on the beta version here, so I'm basically playing a portion of the game about a month early. The official launch date of the game is October 3rd, 2017, and for a general overview, it's a turn-based RPG with its own unique story that continues off of a comic book series from the late 90s. The original creator of said comic series, Joe Mad, as I like to call him for short, he actually moved into game development and never finished the series, and this game is a continuation of that comic book series. So if you're familiar with Battle Chasers, yes, it is directly related to those old comic books. Now, as for the game itself, we're going to be taking a first look at it, and I really hope that by the end of this video, you'll be as in love with this game as I was when I played it at PAX East and from what I got to see other people enjoying at PAX West. Now, I do have an Xbox One controller plugged in, and I am playing this on Steam. Real quick, let's just go into the options, since I know as a PC game, people are going to be looking for that. You can see here, display, resolution, it did have 1440p when I started, full screen, not playing with that on, and VSync. Graphics, quality's pretty basic, high, medium, low. And post-effect qualities, high, medium, low, and off entirely. Video settings not applied. Yeah, good. I would know, because I just want them to stay high. Audio, you know, master music, sound effect, voices, and language, English, Dutch, French, Italian, and Spanish. And then there are more languages here that I can't read. So it's available in a lot of different languages, basically. And that's for the specific text language. For the audio language, we have English, Dutch, French, Spanish, and, well, we don't have as many options, but we still have quite a few. Alright, well, on that note, and then for the game itself, tutorial, subtitles. Of course we're going to have subtitles on, of course. Alright, so we're just going to create a new save file. I'm going to try to shut my mouth during the cutscenes, best I can. Ooh, what's this? So I got to play someplace, like, early in the game, so I haven't gotten to see this, like, very beginning segment right here. Is this going to be, like, a little preview? Ah, yes, this is basically catching you up. All right, let's listen.
Leader of men, Aramis, vanished. Left behind were his mighty gauntlets, artifacts of untold power, giving their wielder the strength to move mountains, as the stories were told. Also left behind was his daughter, Gully. She discovered her father's gauntlets, setting in motion the events that would make her a target of great importance, and bring her into the company of her greatest defenders. Nolan, the wise and mighty wizard, whose tongue is as sharp as his wit. His mysterious companion, Calibretto, a war golem of immense power. Garrison, a swordsman, once brother in arms to Aramis, now sworn to protect his only living kin. And the rogue, Red Monica, who can be foe as quickly as friend. Together, they have traveled the capital lands while defending Gully from those who seek the power of her gauntlets for themselves. Nolan, on a personal quest to learn more about mana, which fuels the world's magic and technology, has led the group towards a mysterious landmass known as the Crescent Isle. There, vast reserves of mana were once rumored to exist. As they approach the island, they quickly discover why so little is known about the area.
So from what I understand, that story, if you have seen the original comic, should have quite some relevance to you. If not, it's basically getting you caught up a little bit on each of the characters and getting you prepared for what you'll experience in this game. You shouldn't need to play the comic to enjoy the story of Battle Chasers Nightwar, but it should be more insightful to those who did follow the old comic.
Everyone hang on!
What are you waiting for? Shoot back!
With what? It's a stealth ship.
This is stealth?
Just do something.
It's always on me, ain't it? These kids don't know how easy they've got it.
We're being boarded!
Gully, get below deck.
You break easier than I do, remember?
More incoming, port side!
Oh no!
Gully, what?
Gully,
I've got you. All right, Red. Looks like it's just me and, figures.
Seems like it's trying to keep quite loyal to the idea of being a comic book, which I definitely appreciate too. I guess the source material, knowing the source material itself. Alright, so for a large portion of the game, you'll see that it takes place in this isometric view, very akin to what an action RPG like Diablo might control like. But you'll see as we get into combat, which will probably be very shortly into the game, that it very quickly evolves into having a unique turn-based combat system, or traditional with its own unique twists, I should say. And on top of that, having its own unique dungeon crawling system. And I hope we're able to get into all that in this video, because those are some of the elements that definitely excited me the most. Here we go. By the way, Calibretto is absolutely my favorite after what I've played before.
Righto, you're all right.
yes. Are you feeling better?
His voice reminds me of Baymax a little bit.
Resting for a few hours.
I guess I wasn't completely prepared for that cannon blast. Was I dreaming, or did you leap off the ship to catch me?
I did.
How'd we make it down in one piece?
Nolan, we fell through a portal he opened, placing us on the ground with only minor injuries.
Then what happened to him?
We don't know.
And Garrison? Monica?
Garrison fell through the portal as well. Monica appears to be missing, along with Nolan.
Then let's get moving. They could be hurt.
Garrison already went ahead to search for them. Are you sure you're well enough to move?
I ran over
Please,
here,
where's
didn't
the
I?
light? We don't have any time to waste. I'll be fine.
First, allow me to further heal your wounds. Then we will meet Garrison.
Alright, Calibretto has joined the party. Oh yeah, I am missing quite a bit of health. Dungeon skill can heal the party. Ah, so it is already giving me access to dungeon skill. So from what I can see, it's this first area they're starting me in technically counts as a dungeon. Now, one of the big things is each character has what's known as dungeon skills, and basically these are skills that sit on a limited number of charges that can be used when you're not in combat in order to, you know, evade enemies or get the jump on them or heal between combat. In the case of Calibretto's attack, which I'll activate with X here, it healed the party for a large amount. And again, that has limited charges, so it's not like I could just spam it forever, you know what I mean? Oh, wait. Is that loot? Wait, oh, no, hold on. Oh, wait, no, I don't think I could get over there the other way. Because if you look down below, it looks like there's... No, I could definitely get over there. I'm sorry, I have to get the loot. That treasure chest is begging for me to open it. Let me just make sure I can't get it. Yeah, I think I can. Come on, let me in. Yep, perfect. Not gonna fool me. Wait, there's a rock in the way. 1 common part and 5 monies. Oh, okay. Oh, there's more secret stuff in here. 1 drenched scout tunic. Alright, we can access our bag and other things here. Ooh, this tunic smells a bit musty. Has higher physical defense and magic defense. Has lower stamina, however. And then you can also see the game has things like fishing. We have a rod and a lure with different fish, a fishing log, as you can see over here. We've got a dungeon codex, the number of dungeons found, unique monsters seen, the amount of time played, all sorts of stats, main objectives, secondary objectives, and of course the inventory, as you saw before, which has its own sorting system, so we can go through all of the different aspects, including crafting materials and equipment. Let's give it to her. I'll take the stamina hit. Whenever I find something secret, I kind of just want to use the secret thing. I'm just going to switch to Calibretto because he is way more interesting to watch run around. I like that the main character he doesn't really remind me of Guts from Berserk, but like he has a Guts-ish, I guess, kind of demeanor, if that makes any sense to you. Oh, that's totally an enemy that, yep. Battle. Alright, and then when we get into combat, you can see I'm on the left, turn-based, on the right. Now, if you've played Final Fantasy X, you can see on the far left-hand side that it's very akin to that style, where it lets me know the order of the moves, you know, who's going to be going next. Obviously, Final Fantasy X, not the first game to do that, just relating it to something a bit more recent. So, I've got a bunch of different attacks here. You can see my resources in the bottom left and the enemy resources in the bottom right. My basic actions are Jab, which deals 14 damage and generates 10 overcharge. And then Defend, which reduces all damage taken by 50% on the next turn. We then have mana cost abilities, which we have Scatter Shot and Protection. This one deals 16 damage to the target and 8 damage to a nearby enemy. And this one places a damage shield on a target ally, allowing them to take additional hits. We also have in-game items and, of course, the option to flee. So let's go with the most basic attack first. Oh, it's very, very impactful in a way. Also, he's silenced now, so I guess her weapon has silence on hit. Now for him, he has other stuff. How his basic attack applies Sunder, which increases physical damage dealt by 10% for 3 turns, and also generates overcharge. His defensive matrix is only 40% damage, but if he gets attacked while he's defending, he gets extra overcharge. Obliterate here does 22 damage over 4 hits, and if they're sundered or bleeding, then they take additional damage. And then he's actually got a straight up healing attack. Now, those are just a few basic things. If you're wondering what overcharge does, we don't have any abilities that use overcharge yet, so you'll just have to wait a little bit. Oh, it's so satisfying. It's so satisfying to land a hit, especially with the controller vibration on. Alright. Well, there's no point in realistically doing anything except jabbing, I feel like, this turn. Especially while he's taking the increased damage. So one thing Overcharge kind of does is it acts as additional mana that only lasts for the fight. Now, some abilities actually use Overcharge as its own resource, whereas if they don't have Overcharge as a resource, it basically acts as a bonus pool for your mana. So for example, Obliterate is 20 mana, but I have 10 overcharge. So if you look at my mana bar, it says 140 over 130, aka 130 being my max, and the overcharge counting as plus 10. So when I use this, it'll use the 10 overcharge that I stored up, and it'll also use 10 of my mana, since that's, you know, it's got to dig into my mana at some point. And of course, some characters use, like I said, use overcharge directly. Meaning that they don't dig into their mana pool, they strictly dig into their overcharge. They do usually have skills that use mana, it's just that they're separated to that degree. Alright, and now we move on to the world map. So the world map operates in this style where you basically move between nodes. You can see that I'm capable of moving to each of these nodes. I can stop along the way. And if there's an enemy on said node, then I can stop and encounter said enemy. Well, I have to stop and encounter said enemy on the map itself. So you can see a battle coming and prepare for an advance. Alright, so let's take out the spider first. Oof. Yeah, that spider doesn't have too much health. Oof. So I got to pick my action, but they got to go first. Oh no, well, that action actually takes a turn to charge, would be more accurate. I love every single attack that I land. It's so satisfying. Oh, I was hoping that would do just enough. Looks like I'll get a turn before he does, though. I'll just use that to auto attack and finish him off. Rough wool scraps digger silk. Lightning fast, I guess the quicker you kill enemies, the more EXP you actually get. You can see another enemy to the left over there. But it's also guarding a treasure chest. So if I go that way, I should, in theory, be able to get the loot that's behind them. Alright, so because there's a lot of them, I'm going to focus primarily on doing what I can to take them out. Let's go for this guy as well. That way, by the time her attack comes out, oof, there'll be some bonuses. Looks like they're mostly buffing themselves for the time being. Alright, knocked out one of them. So they've got haste up, so I do have to be a little careful here. I do have plenty of healing, though. He'll just dig into 5 of my overcharge. And I'm just going to use a basic attack here. These guys don't have too much health, thankfully. It's just, I gotta be careful with the haste. Because there will be a lot of damage over the course of the fight. Luckily, they don't hit that hard. So that ... doesn't mean silence, by the way. It means I'm preparing an action. And as you can see, it disappears. Get the heal. And we're good as new. Scatter shot's only 10 mana, so I can just use the little bit of overcharge I have. Oof, I got crit there. Should be fine. I think I can finish him with just 2 basic auto attacks, especially with Sunder right here. Another victory. I like the little birds that land on him. Ooh, getting pretty close to level 2. Enemy slain and lightning fast. And let's see what's in the loot. 1 Veil's Scout Tunic. Looks like there was actually even more loot on the ground. Herbs, glowing powder, bunch of things used in different crafting recipes and whatnot. You can also gather this item right here. That's his dungeon skill. And his and he also has a passive skill. And he'll unlock more dungeon skills later on. Defensive matrix. He gets new skills at level 5 and 10, and then he gets new abilities at level 2, 3, 7, 9. Yeah, so you can see kind of an idea. And if you want more backstory, they do have that as well. I think that she's probably the only one who can actually use this tunic. Yep. I'd imagine I'd need something a little more unique for a giant robot who likes to make pets for birds, or birds for pets. I won't kill him without taking a hit, but... Oh, no, I did, actually. I guess he had exactly 26 health. Hey, level 2. Unlock Nature's Boon and Quake Fist. Oh, and it's a perfect. Apparently, if you don't take any hits, you also get some bonus EXP. That's pretty sweet. Oh, and here's my next party member.
I'm glad you're all right. What you did during the airship battle, shielding the cannon blast.
You would have done the same for me.
Maybe, but with messier results. You're a brave kid, but remember, we don't fully understand the power of your father's gauntlets. You have to be more careful with them.
I had no choice.
No, I guess not.
I believe he was trying to thank you. Have you found any sign of Monica or Nolan?
I haven't. And this village looks long abandoned. There are lights on the horizon. To the east. Might be a town.
We should investigate. If they survived, they likely headed that direction.
What do you mean if? Nolan saved us. He can save himself. And Monica too.
You're probably right. Let's go find them.
Yeah. Oh, the bridge is out. So now for Garrison, looking over at his equipment and skills, his passive is that he builds overcharge faster and has a larger overcharge pool. Of course, because he's the character that's going to be utilizing overcharge a little bit more efficiently than the other characters in our party. His dungeon skill is Quick Step, a dash that avoids trap damage and adds massive haste buff to Garrison if he's the one who initiates combat with the Quick Step ability itself. He's got Parry, reduces all damage by 40%, and if he actually blocks the attack, he gains attack power. He gains 5% attack power for his next turn. So Strike is his basic attack, 21 damage, generates 15 overcharge. Rally strike deals 34 damage and increase haste for all party members for 2 turns, so incredibly useful skill. Deals 18 damage to target a nearby enemy, and consumes up to 40 overcharge as well as using 15 mana, dealing 44 damage and adding 0.2 damage for each overcharge used. So, again, gets into, he's far more overcharge intensive than the other 2 characters are, whereas they just kind of use overcharge to bypass the fact that, or to conserve things like mana. And also the new ability I got for him, Nature's Boon. Whenever someone takes damage for the next 3 turns, they heal for a small amount of health. Obviously, I'm sure it's no surprise to you, but based on the opening thing, we still have quite a few party members to go that open up even more gameplay options for the party itself. Her new skill, Protection, or Quake Fist, my bad, 34 damage to target. Just big damage to a single target. That's all it really does. And then him Swift Strike. There we go. Overkill. I got even more bonus EXP for an Overkill there, which means I'll also get Overkill, Perfect, and Lightning. Or Lightning Fast, I imagine. Yep. Full health finish. So if you maintain full health, it also gives you more EXP. This is getting interesting. I don't remember some of this stuff. Some lore. Looks like you can also, yeah. So you have a lore book that'll help keep you up to date with all the things you learn about the world. So keep that in mind as well. Alright, so we have the bat and the spider. Just run. Oh, he's not talking to us. He's talking to the enemies. Well, that's one down at least. Kind of want to show off more of Garrison's skills, but unfortunately, mana-wise, I can only realistically afford one, so we'll just keep up with the swift striking. Unfortunately, I took a hit, so no bonus EXP, ladies and gentlemen. It's so for me, even though he's got a big sword, he's the least satisfying character to use thus far. He's very powerful, don't get me wrong, from a turn-based perspective. He is quite strong. I'm more speaking of compared to like when the fists land. I just like punching things. That's all it comes down to. I was gonna try to head south first, but they want me to go to the town. So now I'm in a town, or it's a village. It's called Harm's Way. Let's bang on a few doors. So once you're in a town, in order to go around and interact with the shops and the different places, you can see we have a smithy, we have a book of secrets, we have altered bestiary. Up here we have the collector, and then we have the inn in the very center. Browse wares. So he sells rare equipment, and he sells them for a very specific type of currency that we have yet to collect. You can see overcharged cannon. It has plus invigorate, more stamina, less defense, and they have other sorts of bonus effects, increasing gold found. So there are plenty of things here that give you nice bonuses and ways to customize your characters to take on the various challenges that you're going to be facing. Bonus gold is something that I'm looking at, and I'm quite interested. You also have unique flasks, tomes, that can grant you perk points, which is something we haven't even gotten into yet. But that's the first vendor. Let's check out the next one. The door is oddly shaped. Let's knock. Alright, no one answers that door. I feel like we will be able to go here. It just doesn't want us to yet. Looks like it wants us to go here first. Pull the massive doors open.
Who the hell are you?
That's a rough way to greet strangers.
Being strangers, you don't know how rough we get around here.
I suppose we're gonna learn quickly.
Aye, skin's got to be thick to survive in a forsaken land like this one. And your hammer better be heavy. Speaking of forsaken lands, how did you lot end up here?
We came in on an airship. As we approached, pirates ambushed us.
Sounds right enough. Though not quite pirates, as you say. Bandits. Simple as that. Just thugs full of hot air. But they've been a right pain in the arse recently.
Bandits. Who do they work for?
Well, being bandits. Themselves, mostly. That said, they're acting differently the last few moons. Less scatterbrained. More organized. As a few of us left a bit worried.
We were separated from some friends during the battle. We think they may have them, or know where they are. We'd like to chat with them.
Huh, chat. A few weaklings came by causing trouble last dawn. Chased them off down the south road. You can head that way, if you think you'll find your friends.
If we don't, they'll regret it.
Keep your head up. They must have a camp down there somewhere. Interrupted my work.
Alright, so now that we've progressed the story a little bit, I think he's gonna...
Who are you?
Oh no, let's chat. So I don't have the option to actually use his services yet. So obviously he's a smithy. We're gonna be able to, you know, interact with him in our own way. We have a fresh band of adventurers here in the Vale. Experienced ones, no less. Though by the way you hold your blade, not the same kind. Let's just say my foe are the wilder kind. Name's Raha, Beastmaster Raha. The only foes worth fighting are the untamed, and lucky you, the island is littered with them. Slimes and the bats in the wood around town, no, you're in for far worse. Many get lost. Rescue mission or not, you could use some basic advice. Take the bestiary journal, track the creatures you fought. You'll find doing so rewards you with insight into their strengths and weaknesses. Something that's quite useful in an RPG, I may say, if I may say so myself.
Till the next.
Alright, so we managed to get that. Let's check the next one, the Book of Secrets. The Enchanter will remember that. Oops. I guess I maybe shouldn't have done that then. A wargle. That's almost fascinating enough to warrant my time. Being fascinating is a requirement. Yes, now please stop knocking and go away. And I expect you to buff out the damage in my beautiful antique entryway. Oh, why did I gotta slam in my face? Alright, let's see what's at the inn and tavern. Alright, so you can rest here, we can browse their wares, sell items, which we have a handful of. Might want to get rid of this OG traveling garb, which is barely worth anything, but you know. Faintly glowing powder. We should probably save most of our stuff until we actually get into the crafting and gathering itself. As for other stuff, restoring health. A comforting meal makes one feel rested, restoring health each turn for a few battles. Increases attack power by 40 for a few battles, but once it wears off, you'll be tired. Common ale, not too strong, increases attack power by 16 for a few battles, and increases defense by 24. So these are basically pre-battle foods and drinks that you can use in order to make sure that, you know, you're in a good shape going into the next few battles. Why not have buffs for yourself? Or, if you know a boss battle is coming up, prepare yourself with some sort of extra offense or defense or healing in some way. This is for fishing. This is the fishing pole and a tiny worm. We have the traveling garb, which I just sold. That's the buyback option. And then these are just everything all in one spot.
Tell your friend.
All right, let's go south, see how much further we can actually take this in one video, and then we'll wrap things up for this one. I've got other stuff from PAX West I want to talk about, but Battle Chasers Nightwar has been a game I've been just waiting for so anxiously since PAX East. And so far, I'm already loving it. Alright, let's take on the spider. Okay, wow. I'd like the spiders to not get turns, but I don't think it's going to come down to that. I think it might be... Oh, no, he's going to get 2 turns in a row. Oh. And I think I'll do a healing wave here. It'll only cost me 5. So her maximum overcharge is 18, it looks like. And you have 30, so what do you say we use Rally Strike here? He's gonna be the killing blow. I already know that, but I want to see how the ability looks. And then everyone gets haste up. That's really sweet. Hold LT to get more information about buffs and debuffs in combat. That's good, because I actually didn't know about that. So there you go, hold left trigger. And it'll let you know what different buffs and debuffs are actually capable of doing. Lightning fast, overkill. I also like the little exclamation mark letting me know which direction I should generally be heading. Oh, looks like we got a little bandit camp right here. Ooh, what's that? Is that like a boss protecting the next area? I wonder. We'll investigate the camp for the time being, but after that, I kind of want to try out that boss fight. Alright, so now we're in an exploration area. Someone is here. Yes, we should proceed with caution. Alright, so now I have access to all the different dungeon skills again. I haven't restored his dungeon skill by sleeping. I believe I have to sleep in an inn room in order to restore his dungeon skill. So that's why he still only has 5 charges. Maybe I can rest at a campfire. I wonder. 15. Look for some loot around. 16. Smell is certainly fresh. The bandit Grimbeard drove off. Ambush! Oh, I'm not afraid of this. What the? Headed somewhere? So he's stealth, untargetable by single target abilities. Oh, I gotta hit him. It's casting some sort of ability. There we go. That should hit him. Breaks him out of stealth, gets rid of his attack buff. Makes AoE skills certainly a much more useful prospect. Ooh, leaves poison behind. 2 stacks of it, too. 4 piercing damage each tick. Interesting. I think I'm just gonna go for the gut punch on this guy. Yeah, oof, that hurts. That hurts a lot. I'm gonna try to get as much AoE damage across right here, because he's gonna get a turn, and then I think he'll die. Oof. I think he'll die this turn before he gets to attack me. Yep. He took that damage right there, so I might want to do a healing wave. Let's do Quake Fist. She'll get a turn, and he'll get a turn, and I think it'll be over. Alright, that's the poison wearing off right there. Also, this guy has an effect, or that every time I hit him, I was taking 2 damage. So he had like a Thorn style effect. Ooh, level 3. Wildfire, Barrier Swing, and Rage Wave. Nice. Ooh, the letter opener. There's a sword in there. Hard to tell. It's half smeared in blood. It does say outsiders, which must be us. Also references an outpost. The Smith in town may know what that means. Why do I feel like this is going to get complicated? Because it always does. It's an RPG. Come on. Bestiary, lore. Where is reinforced war? Oh, it's just better for him in every way. What did his old one have? Yep. This has less bonus. It has more base damage, less bonus damage, but it also has a bonus effect that has a 10% chance to hit, 10% chance on hit to make the target bleed 17 piercing damage over 3 turns. We'll just see if it's better or worse. We'll test it in an actual battle. Oh, we also got loot over here. I like the little tea kettle boiling. A cyclone, a layered vessel. A cyclone. That looks like a weapon for... That's because it is. So this one has less physical defense, but has bonus. It has less everything pretty much than his current weapon, other than bonus damage and crit. I wonder if it's actually better. Is the question. His has lower. See, he keeps getting things with lower attack power, but like higher stamina. I wonder. Can I? Is there some place to educate myself about the stats in here? There probably is. There's probably like a button or something that lets me do it. I wonder, can I use the mouse by any chance to do it? Alright, I figured I'd try using the mouse. Oh, combat abilities, biography. Equipment. I was hoping maybe I could go up and see what the individual stats were actually doing. I'm sure it's here somewhere. I'm just not taking a heck of a lot of time to do so. Alright, let's see. Garrison. I'll try that, but it's the same deal. I need to actually, like I said, let's try that fight outside. And the game uses an autosave feature, if I recall what it said at the beginning when I turned it on. So it should be okay. I'm curious to see how this fight outside goes. Let's go. Combo. I wonder if that means there were two enemies. Oh, no, it means there's 2 waves of enemies, I think. Looking at the side on the right, it looks like there's going to be 2 waves of enemies. Wildfire fires 8 shots, hitting random targets for 6 damage each for a total of 48 damage. Let's check it out. Barrier swing deals 27 damage, converting 75% of the damage into a damage shield for the most damaged target at the time. Oh, I'm interested in this. Effective. Definitely effective. Alright, with that buff, we should be well underway. Too bad she wasn't the most damaged at the time. Wow, that thing is hasted. It's getting a lot of turns. Alright, let's see if my theory was correct. Wave complete. Yes, so now there's a second wave of enemies. Okay. I'm glad to know that I was correct on that front. That's a nice little additional combat thing to point out here in the first video. At least stop one of their abilities. Oof. That's not so bad. I got plenty of health. Luckily, being level 3, I think these are only level 1 enemies. They don't stand much a chance. It'd probably be best to delay a turn so he can get this heal off. Mostly because, well, I can just defend. Parry. And then who's this turn going to be on? Well, that gives me the attack power buff. And then on her turn, we'll end the fight. Now you're noticing that there's different colors for the different damage values. A white value, like I guess I'm colorblind, so I'm going to take a shot in the dark. An orange value? So those are obviously playing into what stats actually affect the damage output or the healing output or any of the other things. So it tries to be as clear as possible with the stats in the way that they affect different skills, but it's obviously going to take a little bit of learning to get down which one does what and what not. Alright, so since this game autosaves and we're about 30 minutes into the video, actually almost 40 minutes into the video, I just wanted to get that out of the way, give you guys a first little look on this. If you're enjoying it, I can of course do a playthrough. We can explore the rest of Battle Chasers together. However, I do plan on streaming this, so it's a shot in the dark whether or not I want to do the stream and then upload to YouTube, or if I want to do that. But I've been really looking forward to Battle Chasers Nightwar. It has become a priority for me to play this beta because I really, really want to see how far I can take it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to check it out on Steam. I'll include that link in the description below. You can pre-order it and get it October 3rd, so just before patch 4.1, before any of you out there. Well, hopefully patch 4.1 is October 10th. Anyway, I will see all you fine ladies and gentlemen in the next video. Gotta go record some more PAX West thoughts, so until next time, take care.